Hey, what's up? I got some more 2xKO content for you guys. My name is Tempo, and I'll be your one-stop shop for 2xKO news and gameplay. Now here's a first look at the alpha build that some lucky players were given invite codes to try, and for the less fortunate, lighting the Reddit on fire looking for codes. So thanks for that. For some quick context, I've been playing League of Legends since Season 1, I'm a fighting game enthusiast, and I'm also a mod on the 2xKO subreddit. I've played this build for around 10 hours, including solo, duos, and training. Please feel free to comment below your favorite or least favorite parts of the alpha build so far, whether you're playing or just watching. With that, let's get right into it. So let's talk about the gameplay itself, since that's arguably the most important part to nail down. And let me tell ya, nailed it they did. Pressing buttons just feels good, and moves sound so nice when they connect. Everything about the game is a dopamine rush, especially with all the flashy animations. The learning curve is also pretty reasonable, I'd say. It actually feels okay to be a noob, and getting better feels good. You can really see the improvement after putting a few hours into the training lab, even if you don't know what you're doing. It feels great to string combos together, even if they aren't optimal. And of course, if you're used to playing fighting games, it'll feel like a natural transition, and you'll have an advantage with your knowledge of neutral, how to take advantage of hard knockdowns and resets, all that good stuff. Trust me, it's worth playing whether you're new to fighting games or a professional. The next thing that I want to touch on is the lobby system that's present in the alpha build for 2xKO. This is another big one and something that Riot has hit out of the park. The lobbies exceed all expectations I had. It's got the same great features that other fighting games have, like a big hub world where you can see other players, arcade machines to find random matches or your friends, but the real kicker is being able to spectate any active match without having to load into the game being played. You can kind of jump from screen to screen without having to fully commit to any one match. This to me emulates a local scene. It feels like you have the ability to walk around and get a feel for what everyone is doing, while also having the option to sit down and get fully immersed with a specific hype match going on, you know? That's a small thing I haven't heard really anyone mention yet. I think being able to replicate a local setting is just chef's kiss, on top of being convenient. Sometimes you just want to watch 20 seconds or so of a game, so it's nice not having to go through multiple loading screens to take peeks at games. As for latency and performance, I'm also pleasantly surprised. There were some matches that I played that were supposed to be laggy, like with long and stuttering intro screens, but as soon as the gameplay started, it felt super smooth and lag-free. The game also runs very well on my PC. For context, when I stream, I have like 7 programs open in the background on top of OBS, and I was able to run the game on high graphics with no problems. I've heard other people having some issues though, so it's not a perfect build on every machine, but yeah, just keep that in mind. I did have one small issue where the client did completely freeze my computer and I had to turn it off, which made me have to end stream, but that's a common problem with Riot games in general. One of the most important parts of fighting games is the training room, and I'll just say that 2xKO has all the essential equipment in the lab ready for you to cook up some combos. It's got plenty of options to play around with stuff like hitboxes, frame data, all that good stuff. I also love that there are custom keybinds, so you can play with the settings until you have a comfortable setup. Veteran fighting game players know that a good chunk of your time is spent in the lab, so this is for you. Dexter himself would be jealous of this laboratory. That's all I gotta say. The last quick positive thing I'm going to touch on is the stage design and soundtrack. I think the stages look great and have a lot of love put into them, lots of personality with all the characters and animations going on, and the music is great too, but I personally mute music so I can listen to my own playlist. Now, getting into the bad parts of the alpha build. The first thing I want to bring up is the tutorial. I would want to say it gets the job done, but it's more accurate to say it gets a job done. The biggest issue that I experienced is that you can't escape or back out of it. So if you accidentally load into the tutorial or want to just review one part, oh, you're committed to it from start to finish, unless you like Alt F4 or something, in which case, I hope the client doesn't crash your entire computer. Other than that, it's kind of fine. It only teaches you auto combos and like the bare minimum, so hopefully they'll add like character specific tutorials, combo challenges, things like that in the future, on top of refining the current tutorial build. Another issue I came across is, I think, a bug. The game buys skins for you as you hover over them. So you have like 3 seconds to hover over a different chroma or back out before a purchase is made as you're looking through the skins. Riot really is upgrading how they get your money. I made like 6 accidental purchases before I even realized it was happening. To be honest, this is more impressive than anything, so I can't even be mad about it. And that's really it for the parts that I think are bad. There are some other things I'm kind of like indifferent or meh about, so let's talk about that real quick. The first thing is the skins in the game so far. I would say most chromas, or as other fighting game players would know them as just colors, are pretty good. They're clean and fun to cycle through. Now, the skins, like the ones that you have to buy or get from the battle pass, they're not the greatest in my opinion. But I also realize this is really early development, alright? I get it. I'm not being harsh just to bash on something. I know that the skins are expected to get better, and I hope popular skin lines come to the game one day, like KDA and Star Guardian. We also have avatar creation. It's fine. I'm glad it's there. I'm just kind of like indifferent towards it. Probably more options in the future. That'd be cool. I'd be excited about that. The UI is also something, like, it's fine. It's not bad, but it's also not great. It kind of feels like a mobile app sometimes, but hey, it does what it needs to do. The last thing I want to bring up is the fuse system, more specifically the auto combos that are in the game, because boy, has this sparked a bit of controversy already. So for those of you who don't know, auto combos are exactly what the name implies, an automatic combo. If you select the fuse to enable this feature, you can press one button over and over again, and your character will automatically combo for you. There are 3 versions of this, light, medium, and heavy. Light has a basic combo ender, medium tries to end with a level 1 super if you have the meter for it, and heavy tries to end with your ult if again you have enough meter for it. So the controversy is some players are frustrated that they're losing to Big Darius pressing 2 buttons, and to be honest, that's a reasonable frustration. It doesn't feel nice and can come off as being cheesed more often than not. However, there are some things you have to keep in mind. 2x KO is supposed to be easy to learn, so auto combos existing lowers the barrier of entry by a lot, and you also have to sacrifice a more potentially powerful fuse in favor of auto combos. Once you training tool some manual combos and have decent neutral, you won't be cheesed by these players anymore, so it really does affect like this very specific window of play. They're also very useful in showing new players what the characters are capable of on a basic level, so they can go into the training tool and try to replicate what the auto combos are doing. The flip side to this is, this fuse can become a crutch and gate a player when they try to take off the training wheels, and that's a very good point too. That will happen when you rely on the fuse too much, but some casual players hanging out with friends only want to press a couple buttons, to be honest. This isn't anything new, by the way. Dragon Ball FighterZ also has auto combos, and back when I played, I'm pretty sure there wasn't even an ability to turn them off. In fact, players embraced them because certain manual combos were only possible by dipping into the middle of an auto combo, where it would automatically place your character in optimal spots to actually get the combos off, so like spacing. Overall, my take is that it's definitely a system that has more pros than cons. It helps new players hop on the game much easier, because fighting games are notoriously difficult to get into and punishing if you're not good. So implementing systems that offset this is probably optimal for game health, even if it's going to be annoying at first, especially if you're playing in a group environment and you're trying to do manual combos you spent hours learning and dropping them often because you're still getting the hang of it, while Lil Timmy locks in Darius and runs train on you with his big ass axe. And that's my complete first look at the 2x KO alpha build. I wanted to break down everything, share some thoughts, and give some context on my first impressions of 2x KO so far. By the way, I'm going to be hosting fighting game nights in my Discord server, so feel free to hit up the link in the description if you want to join and practice for the game's official release. Again, I'm also a mod over on the 2x KO subreddit, so make sure you join the sub if you want to stay caught up on news and updates. And that's it for this one. Please like and subscribe if you thought this video was informative or entertaining. I'll be releasing more 2x KO content in the near future. Also follow me on Twitch if you want to catch me live. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters.
Heart on fire! Heart on fire! Genius plays! Echo wins!